Can you believe it's Friday again? And perhaps I'm saying the same thing every Friday, asking you to sit in awe and disbelief that it's once again the end of the week. You know why that is? It's because my name is Werner Puchert, and you are listening to Finding Frequency. Indeed, we are at the end of the week, and I forgot to speak about the most important aspect, and what I would, as my headphones actually start destroying my microphone here. This is a very professional outfit, you should know. Where was I? Oh, the most important aspect of this whole week, and I didn't even speak about it. I didn't mention it once. The fact is that I actually made my first honest cold brew for the summer. Now, it concerns me that you perhaps don't know what cold brew is. It's cold coffee. Basically, what you do is you grind up the coffee in kind of a rough grind, like sugar. You add water to it. You chill it and let it stand for at least 20 hours in the fridge. Thereafter, you filter off the grounds and then add the same amount of water back because you have to thin up these bad boys because they are strong. The way that Werner loves it. And I can tell you what, I had a few cold brews yesterday. I had a few of them today. The one thing I should warn you though with cold brew coffee, super refreshing, energizing, but I warn you, do not drink that after 6 o'clock at night like I did yesterday. Now, I can drink normal coffee before I go to bed and have a beautiful sleep. But for some reason, when I drink cold brew, a beautiful, beautiful cold brew, I cannot sleep. And that happened last night. So I'm sitting here behind this microphone, peering out the window as the sun starts to dip a little bit. Not too much because it gets evening quite late here in Poland during the summer times. But I can see it's already beginning to be a late afternoon. But I mean, you didn't once again dial in to listen to my weather updates. But don't drink cold brew before you go to bed. But I do encourage you to go and make some cold brew. Get a nice rough grind, good beans, and you can find a recipe on the internet too. It's very easy to do, but it's so damn refreshing. Drop 2 blocks of ice in it. My wife actually adds some milk to it as well. Now, I don't want to destroy the beauty of cold brew with milk, but it's acceptable. You can do that. By all means, you can do that and do all kinds of other magical things, but cold brew. And now the question is, have I been speaking about cold brew for the last 2 minutes? Perhaps. But I had to share it with you. And then, maybe a little bit about Poland. Not much to update. Not that I think that nothing is happening in Poland. It's just that I've been sitting in my little office, my little nest that I've built for myself for the last couple of days, really working and actually doing some fun stuff. Yes, there've been some ups and downs, and this morning I wanted to talk about something that wasn't so good, and I thought, why should I be talking about negative things if it's not really life-changing? But reflecting back on this week, had some great interactions with people, doing some interesting things, just keeping momentum, and just grateful for the fact that I have this ability to work. But I also think about people who have to work for companies that don't treat them that well. And unfortunately, it's something that is definitely still true and something that in my privilege I don't get to experience, and I hope I don't ever have to experience. I have tastes of that because I do have a few humble beginnings early in my career working for people who try to pay me the minimum and then also treat the people that they employed relatively badly. But I do think there's a lot of people out there that are not getting the benefit of the doubt or fair treatment. I'm saying this because I recently listened to another episode of Fresh Air where they spoke about what businesses are doing, especially in meat packing. I didn't know this, but in the meat packing industry, it's actually one of the most dangerous industries out there, more than coal mining. People get limbs cut off. They're not being treated very well. And in fact, it's one of the industries where people's salaries have been dipping over time. Isn't that disgusting? Now, you might wonder why that happens. And it comes back. And I fully believe in this, and hopefully I don't come across as a Marxist, but it made me think again to a conversation I had a couple of weeks ago when a family member turned to me here in Poland and said to me, but surely the fact that Donald Trump is such a great businessman means a lot for the economy. And that's where I have to draw the line. And this is not an attack on Donald Trump. I mean, there's enough of that. And it's not my place to talk about it. But I want to talk about businessmen. Because for me, businessmen are the people who do this kind of things. People who want to maximize profit and rake in the capital so that they can make money and make the billions they make at the moment. Of course, I've been in a big firm too. I mean, you make more money when you pay people less and you charge your customers more. It's easy math. You make your numbers, you make your sales. And unfortunately, I think that we need to let go of this idea that a businessman is going to save us politically. Now, I wonder how I got from cold brew to this statement. I think it's because I value what I have at the moment, but I also value the fact that I'm super privileged. I get to sit in my house every day and I get to peer through a computer screen at other people. And then I get to get up and go pour a beautiful cold brew. I don't have to clock in and out when I go to the bathroom. And there's still people who have to do that. And hopefully by the beginning of the week, I'll share with you another beautiful note that I received from a family member, another voice note that I wanted to share with you. I just had to wait a little bit. She's an essential worker. And I think this is the important thing that I kind of latched onto is what does it mean, even in this period of time when we are sitting in our homes, kind of trapped, while others are thinking it's a hoax, what it means to be an essential worker. And coming back to our meat packers, you know what? To feed all of us, they've been deemed essential workers. And I think as in a way, I have always built my career, even going through apartheid in South Africa when everybody said, oh, being a white male, you'll never be able to find a job again ever in South Africa. The only thing I had to do to make sure that I can add value in that economy is to make sure that the people I worked for deemed me to be an essential worker. Now, that was outside of a pandemic, of course. But even now, with the clients that I'm working with now, because as many of my colleagues, I'm also under threat of losing what I have, and I might be in dire straits. The only thing that I can do now is work hard, not stupid, but then also the work that I do for my clients, I need to be, in their eyes, an essential worker. Now I realize for someone who is really on the back foot and needs to pay rent and is already in debt and has all kinds of other economic challenges and probably has to face all kinds of political situations that already gets them on the back foot, it's very tough to become an essential worker until the government probably tells you that you are, and you just have to accept it. Well, this turned into a strange riff. Perhaps it's a little bit cold brew fueled. But it makes me think. It makes me appreciate. And I'm not entirely sure how and what I can do from my side to help or to change things. Of course, I'm thinking about it. But I'm also thinking about this weekend, spending time with family again and hopefully getting to catch up with one or two old friends. And then hopefully get some time to also spend with my wife and my son again. And we are rearing and cleaning up for a little bit of a breakaway. So By the end of next week, you will be traveling with me to the Polish seaside. But we still have a few episodes before that happens. For now, I'm going to leave it here as I clean up the audio and prepare for the upload to the magical server before it hits your ear in the morning. But I want you to know that while this is happening, I'll be sipping away on a delicious cold brew. I do, of course, also notice that it's well after 6 o'clock. But you wouldn't know if I followed my own advice, now would you? Thanks for listening.